All right, question 22. I'm going to start off by drawing them. So 2x take 1, it starts at -1 and it has a gradient of +2, so it goes up to, for every one it goes across, down to for every one it goes across. So this is y equals 2x take 1. We've got y equals 2x plus 1, so it's the same line but moved up 2 spots. And we've got y equals 3 take a half x, which is the same as y equals negative a half x plus 3. So that means we're starting at 3 and we're going down 1 for every 2 we go across. So down 1 for every 2 we go across. And k take a half x is going to be the same as the blue one, but it's moved up or down. That's coincidental that I've made it have the same y-intercept. So let me draw one that doesn't have the same y-intercept. There we go. And the shape that they enclose is the rectangle or the square that we're talking about. So the main deal with rectangles is that they meet at 90-degree angles, and that means they're perpendicular, that they have opposite sides parallel, opposite sides parallel, and adjacent sides perpendicular. So let's show that the opposite sides are parallel. The opposite sides, well, we've got y equals 2x plus 1 and y equals 2x take 1. So the gradient for the first one is 2, the gradient for the second one is 2, therefore they're parallel. And let's do the others. Y equals negative a half x plus 3 and y equals negative half x plus k. So the gradient of the first one is negative a half. The gradient of the second one is negative a half. Therefore, they're parallel. And now let's prove that the adjacent sides are perpendicular. So y equals 2x plus 1 and y equals negative half x plus 3. So the gradient of the first one is 2, the gradient of the second one is negative a half. m1 times m2 equals 2 times negative 1 half equals negative 1. So if you multiply them, it comes out as negative 1. Therefore, they're perpendicular. And we'll do the exact same thing for the other sides. Y equals 2x take 1 and y equals negative half x plus k. Don't care what k is. M1 is 2, M2 is negative half, so M1 times M2 is going to come out as negative 1. Therefore, they're perpendicular. B, find the possible values of k if they enclose a square. So if it's a square, that means this side, this side, this side, and this side have the same length. So we need to find these points. Yeah? So we need to find where Well, we need to find where 2x plus 1 intersects with negative half x plus 3. 2x plus 1 intersect. So if they intersect, they've got the same coordinates, so the y's will be the same. Negative half x plus 3. The second one I want to find is where 2x plus 1 intersects, 2x take 1 intersects it with it. 2x take 1 equals negative half x plus 3. And then we're going to be doing the same but with k instead of 3. And don't forget then the distance between 2 points. Well, d squared equals x2 take x1 squared plus y2 take y1 squared. And we're going to end up using the x and y coordinates from each of 4 of these points and saying that they're going to come out as the same, because if it's a square, the distances between these points should all be the same. So let's start off with number 1. 2x plus 1 equals negative half x plus 3. Let's get our x's on the left and our whole numbers on the right. So 2x plus half x is the same as positive 3 take 1. So this is what, 5 on 2x equals 2. So x equals 4/5. And then sub that in, y equals 2 times 4/5 plus 1. So y equals 8 on 5 plus 1. So that's 13 on 5, which is 2.6. Let me actually do this in the calculator. 2 times 4/5 plus 1, 2.6. Okay, number 2. This time we've got 2x take 1 equals negative half x plus 3. So we've got 5 on 2x equals 4. So x equals 8 on 5, which is 1.6. Y, we're going to sub this in. We've got 2 times 8 on 5 take 1. So y is 11 on 5, which is 2.2. So this one was the point, I'm going to keep it as no fractions, 4 on 5, comma 13 on 5. This one is the point 8 on 5, comma 11 on 5. Let's keep going. Oh, and the distance between these points equals, well, I've got 8 on 5 minus 4 on 5 squared plus 11 on 5 minus 13 on 5 squared. So d squared equals, I'm just going to chuck that straight in my calculator. Four-fifths. So the distance is 2 on root 5 or 2 root 5 on 5. Okay, and then to find k, I should only have to do, so I've done this one and this one. To find k, I'm just going to do this one. So we've got 2x plus 1 equals negative half x plus k. So this gives us 5 on 2x equals k take 1. So I'm not going to be able to find anything great. This means x equals 2/5 k take 2/5. which means y equals 2 times 2/5 k take 2/5 plus 1. There must be an easier way. Y equals 4/5 k take 4/5 plus 1. So y equals 4/5 k plus 1/5. Okay. So this is the point 2/5 k take 2/5, comma, 4/5 k plus 1/5. Don't know if you can see that. And now my d squared should come out the same. And I'm going to do, this is the point at the moment I'm looking at, that's plus 1, so I'm looking at this point. So I'm going to see how far it is from this point, which is the point we discovered 4/5, 13/5. Okay. So we should get 2 on 4/5. And that should be the same as, so the points we're looking at are 4/5, 13/5, and 2/5 k take 2/5, 4/5 k plus 1/5. So 2/5 k take 2/5 take 4/5 squared plus 4/5 k plus 1/5 take 13 on 5 squared should come out as 4/5. Why not? Why am I even bothering trying to keep this on this same page? Okay, so in these brackets, I've got 2k on 5 minus 6 on 5. In these brackets, I've got 4k on 5 minus 12 on 5. Well, let's square them. 4/5 equals 2k on 5 squared, take 2 times 2k on 5 times 6 on 5. I've already dealt with a negative by putting the minus 2 out front. Plus 6 on 5 squared plus 4k on 5 squared, take 2 times 4k on 5 times 12 on 5 plus 12 on 5 squared. So I've got 4/5 equals. Now everything, okay, I'm just going to do it. 4k squared on 25, take 24k on 25 plus 36 on 25 plus 16k squared on 25, take 8 times 96 k on 25 plus 144 on 25. I'm going to multiply everything by 25 and I get 20 equals 4k squared take 24k plus 36 plus 16k squared take 96k plus 144. Group like terms, I get 20 equals 20k squared negative 24 take 96 negative take 120k plus 180 and get everything over to the right, so 0 equals 20k squared take 120k plus 160. I'm going to divide everything by 20, so 0 equals k squared take 6k plus 8. I'm going to factorize. 0 equals, what times is to give positive 8 and adds to give negative 6? K take 4, K take 2, so K equals 2 or K equals 4. I'm going to be so annoyed if that's wrong. Because that was a lot. I mean, that's right, but the book did it a much easier way. Have a look. I'm not doing this again, but have a look at how the textbook did it. So in the work solutions, I like their method way better than my method. My method sucked.